What is up, my lovelies? Welcome back to the Change Your Story podcast. I'm your host and transformation coach, Hannah Dawson. For those of you that are new, welcome. I'm so excited to be in your ears today. I just want to say how grateful I am that you are choosing to listen, that you are choosing to tune in and spend your time with me. I don't take that lightly. I take that to heart. I'm grateful for that. And so, my hope, my prayer is that these episodes are really helping you see yourself differently, see yourself in a new light, see yourself in a way that you've never seen yourself before, and really help you build such an amazing relationship with yourself, your body, and your life. You guys, today we are coming to the final episode of Changing Your Food Story. And, this has been something that has been such a funny, emotional topic, to even talk about, and really thinking about my own relationship with food, and really thinking about how my journey first started. And, just thinking about, a lot of women's relationships with food, right? It can be so crazy. And so today I really thought, why don't I tell you 7 truths that helped me change my food story? Why don't we conclude this with that? And if you have any questions by the time I'm done this episode, feel free to see the show notes. There's links in the show notes to come hang out with me on Instagram, to email me, to join the Fit Club. You get a 7-day free trial, you guys. The Fit Club is your all-in-one female transformation platform. It's a place where I help you build a fit mind, a fit body, a fit life, and self-relationship. And so everything's in the show notes. But again, you can always email me. You can always message me. I respond personally to all of them. And I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your shifts, your different mental shifts, heart shifts. Please share them with me. They really make me. They really are the fuel to keep me going and to go, okay, this is hitting, this is working, this is, people are resonating with this, and women need to hear this. So let me know. And again, my only ask is that if you wouldn't mind taking 2 seconds, going to the home page of my podcast, whether you're on Spotify or Apple, and just scrolling till you see the stars and hitting the 5-star. And if you choose to, leave a review. Say what you love about it. Leave something for someone else to listen to. And like always, whoever comes to your heart, whoever comes to your mind while you're listening to the episode, it is meant for them. That is how I believe transformation happens. That is how I believe people get healed, is when they come to our heart and our mind that is meant to be shared. So go share this with 3 friends or family that you know that this would resonate with. Let's get into today's episode. 5 truths. All right, 5 truths, 7 truths. Oh my gosh, where am I? So I want to start off by saying the last episode, we talked about the last few episodes, we talked about changing your food story. We talked about why food is not the enemy. We talked about why your body is not the problem. And then we finally talked about why you can't change your body without changing the story, right? Those are all, so important when it comes to healing our relationship with food. And again, today I thought, okay, if I was to go over my journey, what are 7 truths that I could share with you that would help you, that would bring this all together? Not another diet, not another meal plan, not another nutrition hack, but some truths that I went through that I could share with you that really helped me change my food story. And then truths that I've used with hundreds of the women that I've worked through that have really helped them as well. And knowing that these truths, they can help you change your food story too. All right, so let's get right into it. Truth 1, your body is always listening. Yes, your body is constantly adapting. Every workout that you do, girl, it's sending a signal. Every meal that you eat, all the food you eat, it's sending your body information. The rest that you get, the sleep that you get or you don't get, supports recovery or it takes away from it. Your body is never working against you. It is always responding. Remember, the workout that you do, it's a stimulus, right? The nutrition that you eat, it provides building blocks. And recovery is where the adaptation happens. It's where change happens, right? Learning how to use all three with your body. Your body is always responding to you. So if it's responding in a way that you're frustrated with, it's because we're sending the wrong signals. We're giving the wrong input. We're not giving it stimulus, or maybe the wrong stimulus. We're not giving it the right ratio of nutrition blocks, right? Your body is simply just responding to the signals that you repeatedly give it day in and day out. Remember, it's not what you do occasionally, it's what you do consistently. That's how transformation happens, right? That's truth one. Your body is always listening, it's always responding, and it's always working for you. Truth two, food is not the enemy. I know we touched on this in another episode, but I feel like it deserves a place again. Somewhere along the way, for some reason, food became the villain. Food became something we feared. Food became guilt. Food became shame. Food became punishment. Food became reward. Food became something that had to be earned. But here's what I want you to understand and hear. Food is not the enemy. Food is not good. Food is not bad. Food is not evil. Food doesn't have morals, ladies. There's no emotion there. Food literally is this. It is fuel. It is information, and it is communication to your cells. Remember, protein communicates repair and recovery, right, to your muscles. Carbohydrates communicate energy and performance. Fats communicate hormone and health support. Food isn't happening to you. Food is simply communicating with your body. And the more you understand food, the less power it's going to have over you. That's why I always said, when I got educated around nutrition and started getting my certifications and really applying it and healing my food story, it helped me so much because I understood what food actually was. And then I seen a lot of diet culture out there that would say the exact opposite, that fear mongering and like just stuff that's absolutely not true, that goes against science of what is actually happening. So the more you understand, the more you learn, the less likely you are to be strayed by quick fixes that, and in the end, they just lead you the long way and they leave you with frustration. All right, let's go over truth number 3. This is important. Awareness creates change. You've heard me talk about this. You cannot change what you are unwilling to observe, ladies. You can't. This is why tracking your nutrition matters. Not because tracking is magical, not because tracking is punishment, but because tracking helps you create awareness. And awareness creates change. Here's the thing. I have heard so many times from the women that I have worked with that have such this weird relationship with tracking macros and it being obsessive, and it's tracking calories and it's bad and all of these things, is that they were unaware of what they were actually eating. That it created awareness. They were like, oh my gosh, I thought I didn't eat very much, or I thought this, and they start seeing patterns and habits, right? Here's an analogy I want you to really think about is, if you want to improve your finances, you have to track your money, right? If you want to own a business, you have to track the numbers. If you want to improve your health, you have to track your behaviors. Here's where most women are failing. It's not because you feel like you're lazy or something's wrong with you or your body doesn't work. Most women are struggling because they are guessing. You are guessing, and guessing creates frustration. Guessing doesn't create accuracy, right? What we don't measure, we can't manage. So tracking creates awareness. Awareness will create clarity. Clarity, oh my goodness, creates confidence. Trying to combine all the words. And remember, your confidence will help you keep going and make those changes. Truth 4, most of what people call obsession is actually just structure. right? I don't know how many times I hear this, like, it's too obsessive. I can't believe you weigh your food. I'm not weighing my food all the time. I'm not doing this. I'm not putting it in. It's obsessive. You're being obsessive. Tracking your weights, it's obsessive. That whole lifestyle is obsessive. This one makes so many women uncomfortable because one of the biggest lies in nutrition is that freedom comes from having no structure, right? You have it. You have diet culture on one end of the spectrum, and then you have all the this whole new movement of intuitive eating, and they're all against it. You can't intuitively eat if you don't know what your body needs and how much it needs. There's no way. You're not going to get the result that you want. And so, yes, I believe that you can get to a place of intuitive eating, and I believe it's healthy, but there's two extremes, right? It's like saying that you don't need any structure at all. Here's the thing, most women who feel out of control around food are not struggling because they have too much structure. They're struggling because they don't have enough. The woman who understands protein, the woman who plans her meals, the woman who tracks her food, the woman who pays attention, people often call her obsessive. But what if she's not obsessed? What if she's simply aware? What if she's simply intentional? What if she's just practicing a skill, practicing something that is helping nourish her? What if she's practicing a skill that is helping make sure that her body is getting what it needs? Here's the thing. Nobody tells someone they're obsessed for checking their bank account. Nobody tells someone they're obsessed for following a budget. Nobody tells someone they're obsessed for studying for a degree. Yet the moment that a woman becomes intentional with food, people call it obsession. Here's the thing. Structure teaches you the rules. Flexibility teaches you when and how to bend them. So without structure, flexibility becomes inconsistency. With structure, flexibility becomes freedom, right? We're not saying that in discipline and structure have no flexibility. No, there's flexibility within it. Here's the thing, when you understand what you need and you have a goal and you work towards that, that actually creates freedom. It creates freedom on so many levels. And it creates confidence. You feel confident in yourself. You feel proud of yourself for making decisions that move you towards the highest version of you, that make decisions that make you feel good in your body. You make decisions that make you feel healthy. You make decisions that help you with longevity, that help you, have energy, that help with recovery. Remember, structure helps create freedom. Truth 5. Healthy habits are not temporary. Oh, this is a good one. I've been excited to talk about this one. Okay, one of the questions that I get asked all the time is this: do I have to track forever? And my answer is, you'll probably use awareness forever. Will you not? Because here's the thing, healthy habits are not temporary. You don't stop brushing your teeth when they're clean. You don't stop exercising because you got fit. Well, some people do. This is what we call the yo-yo. You think that as soon as you arrive, you don't have to do anything anymore. That's not how it works, right? You don't stop paying attention to your finances because you've saved money. And the same discipline that you used for fat loss is going to be the same discipline that you use for maintenance. And the same discipline you use for maintenance is going to be the same discipline that you use for building muscle. The same discipline that you use for building muscle is the same discipline you'll use for health and longevity. The goal changes, the calories change, the macros change, but the habits remain. Tracking is a habit, right? We pay the same respect to every phase because we're building a lifestyle. You are not chasing temporary results. That is so important. So yes, you will do it forever. You might not do it meticulously every single day, but you might do it, every couple days and see where you're sitting at, especially when you're at maintenance, right? Our body never stays the same, by the way. We're either progressing or we're regressing. We're either building muscle or we're losing it. We're either giving our body what it needs to help maintain or we're not. We're going in the opposite way, right? Even maintenance, your body doesn't fully stay at maintenance. So we have to make sure and love ourselves enough to make sure that we're getting what we need. And that's why tracking helps. It gives you structure. It gives you clarity. It helps you make sure that you are giving your body exactly what it needs when life happens, because life happens, right? And sometimes our hunger goes up and down. And so we want to make sure that we're getting those macronutrients in no matter what. All right, truth 6. Your body is not the enemy. For years, I think women have been taught to fight their bodies, right? Shrink our bodies, punish our bodies, control our bodies, fix our bodies. But your body is not the enemy. Your body has been communicating with you this entire time. You know it. And if you would sit quietly long enough, you would hear it, right? If you would be present long enough, you would feel it. Here's the thing, your hunger is not betrayal. Your cravings are not weakness. Your body's just communicating with you. So the problem is not your body. The problem is often the story that you've been told about your body. Your body doesn't need to be punished. It needs understanding. It needs you to support it, right? We can only support our bodies. Our bodies are these things taken care of. Could you imagine if you didn't take care of your kids or support your kids? They need you to do that. Your body is the same. Your body needs you to take care of it. It needs a support. It needs a care. It needs consistency. Even when different parts of you, like your mind or your nervous system or whatever, doesn't align, you have to make up your mind that you are going to show up and you're going to take care of your body. The final truth here, truth 7, is you are not the enemy. Listen to that again. You are not the enemy. This is where everything that we've been talking about comes together. All right, food is not the enemy. Your body is not the enemy. And you are not the enemy. You are not broken. You do not lack willpower. You do not need fixing. Here's the thing. What most women, maybe including you do not need another plan. What you need is a new story. Because the food story is rarely actually about the food at all. It's often about trust. It's often about worthiness. It's often about fear, perfection, control, identity. Yeah, are these resonating? Food is simply just where the story shows up. Our body, our movement is where the story shows up. It's not those things. It's the story that we've attached to those things. And until we change the story beneath the behavior keeps returning. So maybe your new story becomes, I can trust myself. I can learn. I can grow. I can be consistent. I can fuel my body. I can take care of my body. I can learn to love my body. I can learn to love myself. I can become stronger. I can create this healthy life for myself. Right? It's changing that dialogue. It's changing that story. And it's allowing ourselves to get quiet enough to hear the story. And then ask ourselves, is this what I want to believe? Is this how I want to feel? Is this how I want to live? And if it's not, then guess what? We have the power to choose a new way, a new thought, a new habit, a new action. That's it. That's all. So as we finish this series, ladies, I really want you to think about something. How many diets have you tried? How many Mondays have you started over? How many times have you promised yourself that this time would be different? What if the problem was never that you needed another diet plan? What if the problem was never food at all? Think about that. What if the problem was the story? Because your life will always, always move in the direction of the story that you believe. And if there's one thing I hope that you take away from this series, it's this. Food is not the enemy. Your body is not the enemy. You are not the enemy. The story is. And when you change the story, you change everything that follows. That's it. That's all, my lovelies. Until next time, have an amazing day. I would love to know your thoughts. Tag me on social media. Let me know. Let me know how this hit. Bye for now.